Welcome to this week's episode of Your Stock Request for the 1st of June. Hi, I'm Michael Gable, Managing Director of Fairmont Equities. Your Stock Request is the weekly video where I take your requests and analyse the share price charts. This week we have Megaport, Advanced Nanotech, Sandfire, IAG and Qantas. So if you have a request, please send it through. Make sure you're getting our free newsletter, but our best stock tips come out every Tuesday in the Dynamic Investor Report, so make sure you are getting that report. But if you do enjoy these videos, we'd love you to share them on social media or even leave us a review. Our main business is in portfolio management, so if you qualify to have a broking account with us and you're interested in getting my direct help, then please let me know. And all the advice here is general only. So the Megaport chart, as we could see, we've looked at this one a few times, remains in a long-term downtrend. Look, short term, it looks like it wants to, have a little bit more upside. Obviously, big gap up here on volume, and then it sort of eased back on lower volume, and then we've had another decent volume break higher. So all of this is looking good, but we just need to see how much upside there really is, because you've got this old peak here, and because it is in a downtrend, every time it gets to an old peak, it ends up getting anywhere near an old peak, it gets sold off. So you couldn't be chasing it up here because clearly the risk reward isn't very attractive, but if you were in it, you'd hold it and see how it reacts around this high. Okay, Advanced Nanotech, as we could see, it's not, there's really not much volume goes through this stock. So I guess if we move to, say, a weekly chart, we've still got basically a downtrending stock. It did look like there was support around $2, but it has broken that recently, and you can see the spike in volume. So I think for this one, the risk is to the downside. It needs to at least get back above $2, but even then it needs to do more work to make us confident that this downtrend is over. Okay, Sandfire. So just looking at what it's done over the last year. So since the October lows, it's been trending higher. We could see the higher highs and higher lows. At the moment, we've seen this sort of sharp pullback near the March low, so it's sort of testing that. We could see it's been oversold and then pushed back up to give the buy signal, almost got a buy signal on the MACD. And it's actually holding up pretty well compared to the broader market. So it looks like it's bouncing well here, and I think that there is further upside. In terms of nearby support, if we use sort of the Fibonacci tool, we could see that the 50% retracement level is about 10% away, so we could see that should be a good area of support. Okay, IAG, so trending up since June last year, but obviously pretty, a fairly messy chart, fairly choppy. Most recently, we could see this, it looks like a little bull flag that was forming under the old highs, so that would have been a good sign for a breakout. We could see, the breakout there, and now it looks like it's doing another little consolidation or bull flag. Getting ready for another move higher. So it does look like the risk for this one is still to the upside. Okay, and Qantas. So obviously a fairly nice trend, now trading sideways after that strong trend. So what is it doing here? Is it consolidating sideways, ready for a move up? Too early to know, of course, unless you get an upside break, but I think there's more chance that this could just be a topping phase. It could be a sign of distribution, only because with these peaks, the sell-offs are pretty sharp. So then it struggles to go up, sharp sell-off, another sharp sell-off, and we can see even here, on volume, it sort of failed. So we've got these sort of lower highs. So I think once it moves out of this sideways range, we'll know whether it's a downside break and therefore it tops in place, or an upside break and it resumes the uptrend. But if I had to take a bet, I'd say it's topping out here. Okay, well that's all for this week. If you have a request, send it through and I'll try to cover it next Thursday.